Hey there everybody, welcome back to Plat. This is the fourth time I've tried to record this video because RNG keeps screwing me over, but we are here with Battle Road Dragon 8. This fight is very difficult. All the battle roads are very hard. Here's a look at my team right here. I am going to switch one thing here because I keep figuring out new ways RNG is here to mess me up. I'll talk about it as I go into the video and we start doing stuff. First thing I'm going to do though is switch these weapons here. Where's that dragon one? Here we go. Basically, there's a really annoying coin flip on the first turn of the fight. And so I'll retry a few times if we have to do it. But there's a really annoying coin flip. And then once that coin flip's done, you're pretty much good to go for the rest of the fight. But I did have, in my last video, I tried to record it. I missed, my unit just missed his attack. But really quick rundown. I want to make sure I've covered things that I covered in the last videos before I forget. This video is originally inspired by a Japanese content creator that I saw a video of. If I can find the link, I'll put that in the description. I watched it for the first 2 turns. And so I don't like watching to the end of the fight because I like trying to solve it myself. It's part of the fun. But watching the first turn or 2 can really help with a lot of the process of elimination that goes into the beginning parts of the fight. And it can cut down me solving a fight from 5 hours into like 30 minutes to an hour and a half, right? And so that helps me a lot. And so I'm very grateful to the Japanese content creators that have already covered this content in the past. And I hope I do a good job of converting it over to the English speaking audience. Besides that, rank 6 is completely optional. The Japanese video has them at rank 5. However, it seems like it could be a lot harder and RNG might have to go your way a bit more. But if you don't have the mats, you could probably keep these guys at rank 5. Mine are at rank 6. So keep in mind yours, if you're going at rank 5, the strat may not be exactly the same. The numbers might be different. The damage may not quite get where it needs to be for different things. So this is just a strat I found out, and all my units are at rank 6, obviously besides the stupid seahorse, but the seahorse doesn't matter. Yes, and so basically there's 3 main points of RNG in this fight. There's really 2 points. The main one is there's a coin flip 50-50 on the very first turn of this fight. It's these 2 guys down here. You need this one on the left to go first before this one. But because they have the same exact agility, 255, I know it shows this order, but it doesn't matter. They're going to go, they're at a coin flip. So whatever one, we need this one to go first, because this one is going to move up here and attack, which whatever one goes first moves here. But if the one on the left goes first and moves here, this one can't hit units from here, so they're going to move all the way up here to the square in front of it, which is very important for this whole fight, is getting these guys dead ASAP. You might be able to do it if you switch it up, but it makes the positioning way more annoying and harder, so I'm not going to worry about it. So this first turn is something that's actually really important, why it's nice to have Japanese content creators, because I did this first move, but it felt so bad that I ruled it out automatically as a potential way to victory, because these guy on the left move first. You see, this guy moves up, and then this guy moves up, and he frigid breaths, blizzards, whatever, and you already lose like almost like a third to a half of your HP on the first turn, and that felt so bad that I was like, all right, that can't be the solution. I was prioritizing my unit's HP over the positioning of the slimes here. All right, so another bit of RNG is you're always dealing with is the miss. I had this attack miss before, so as long as all of our attacks hit, we're fine. And no one like crits out of nowhere. So right, there's the normal RNG of misses and crits, things like that. But so I don't really count that as that much part of the RNG. And we're gonna come here. We're just basically trying to get both these slimes down, right? And we'll get them with Green Dragon next turn because Inferno doesn't miss. But besides that, besides the coin flip in the beginning, Lionheart also has a random chance. Actually, does this have a chance to stun? So Lionheart. No, that one doesn't have a chance to stun, but he does have his Windy Slash that has a chance to lower defense. And so if he gets like a really lucky with the procs and he gets like -2, -3 defense on your Green Dragon can likely die before the fight's over, especially at rank 5, where you just have less HP. But I think I'm at a point now where I have enough HP where even if I get relatively bad luck, it'll still work out. You can see Green Dragon doing work there. This guy does go a bit haywall here, but honestly, we're totally okay with it. We're going to move up here. Actually, I don't really like that move. I like being here. Party boost. Now, you might be able to cut down on the RNG again. Like, so I did have a more physically, I had the big axe on Green Dragon initially when I cleared this multiple times, just to get slightly more damage because it was nice, but I don't think it's needed at all. So I decided to go with more HP, but I guess you could still die with HP, I think. So another way to do it, instead of giving this guy his final third party boost, it might be worth using buff on the Green Dragon to mitigate the damage up front. So this guy's gonna mid heal. I already think this guy has enough damage to just kill this unit, right? It's tough though, because we do have to get to a very, very we have to kill this guy in the right amount of turns. Like, you can't really afford that many misses and stuff. So this is the turn I'm talking about. Do we just buff Green Dragon here instead of party boosting? And I think we party boost then next turn, because Green Dragon might be in a spot where he can't actually get reached next turn anyway. Wah! Quick cut. Sorry about that. Had some issues. I missed a few seconds of recording there. But also, this is a different run from where the video started. Don't use this guy to buff the Green Dragon. It's a dumb mistake. It fucks up the AI. If you move the guy here, then Jargon can't move here. If you move him up here and you try to buff him, it'll mess up the AI for what Slineheart's going to do. I didn't try it when I was doing my attempts, and I was like, you know, maybe this will help mitigate some of the RNG. In fact, it kind of just makes the fight way harder. So instead, what we're going to do is we just party boosted this guy again a third time. And now we're going to move behind here and cover this guy. And so what's interesting here, actually, is you think by killing this guy that it's going to let Slineheart come in and one-shot our guy, but the heal slime comes up and attacks us. It's actually like a really cool, cheeky thing that I wouldn't even have thought about if it wasn't for the fact that it happened kind of by mistake. I was like, all right, let's attack this guy. He's like, oh, maybe the heal slime will move in, and he totally did. All right, so we really need this Slineheart to move over and attack Green Dragon. If you buff Green Dragon, he is way less likely to do it, and he's going to want to attack the Wordle. And so when we get the Green Dragon up here, we get to move over and Inferno them both. And so what's actually kind of cool here, this would actually be a great turn if I could. We're going to move up here, though. Keep ourselves safe. Actually, let's keep ourselves extra safe. We'll just keep doing this with you. So you're going to move up here, right? They're both weak to Hades Strike, which is awesome. Now we just kind of have to deal with the RNG of not getting too many misses, right? But now we come up here. This is actually like really, really fun. I love this setup. Right, so we got one unit on one side, one unit on the other, and now we get his heli chop. We're just using AoE attacks, right? And Jargon is protecting everyone besides the Green Dragon, but Green Dragon is resistant to whoosh. So even with the defense down, we're pretty good here unless he gets some like crits and shit, you know? And I would love to get this guy in here to buff Green Dragon, and I just don't know if it's gonna be possible. Like, if you can get one more buff on Green Dragon, I think it would be good, but I think we're already good regardless. So we could move these guys over, but I don't want to move them over because it's going to cause our stupid seahorse thing can die in one shot. No, you got it covered. I think there is a turn where you want to convert, and if once you can kill him, you just go for the kill. But I think this is a turn that are you resistant to that? Yeah, so we're gonna Helichopter. Ooh, a miss. That's 2 misses on the Slineheart. That could be the kind of RNG that, you know, we're talking about. And he got a crit there. So we're probably running out of time here. We might have to go for the kill this turn. How much does your fight do? This does more damage. All right, so just go for it. Probably should have done this next turn or last turn anyway. It's going to be super close because of that miss. All right, don't miss. Awesome. All right. So I won't lie, the RNG in that fight was way worse than I initially anticipated. But with this strategy, you can win. All right. I know there was a little cut there in the second where I lost a little bit. But basically, the only thing you got to keep in mind there is don't buff the Green Dragon. It's super tempting because the Green Dragon is taking a lot of damage and it would help him survive 100% of the time, but it will cause the Slineheart to want to prioritize a different unit if he has that defense up. And that will basically, you need him to move over like he does to attack the Green Dragon so you can create that line where you're able to hit both those units at the same time with your powerful attacks while covering everything. And so it works out way better if you do it the exact way that I ended up showing you. And ignore the idea of buffing. Now, if you find a way where the buff works or the RNG goes in your favor, that could be awesome as well. But you can see this fight is definitely doable. Very difficult. A lot of high abilities. Need good gear. You need to get good RNG. But you know what? Battle Road 8 Dragons clear. I got a mini medal from it with this exact team, with this exact strategy. Let me know how it works for you down below. Might take a few comments, or sorry, might take a few tries. If you end up using any other the other units, let me know. I didn't feel like this guy would be very good. He just didn't feel like I think, okay, he is good, right? The issue with that guy is that there's very little flexibility on this team, right? This guy does more single target damage. This guy does more single target damage, right? He just like kills that metal slime really, really fast with that blizzard strike. And you could replace the Wordle, but he does tank a couple hits right off the gate, and he has the AoE, right? There's not really a way, like this guy would do more damage to the Slime Heart at the end. And he might even do more damage to the Drake Slimes in the beginning. He's a good unit for this fight, but he's not, he's a bad green dragon, right? That's all he is. And so I think the only slot, you need the attack buff in order to get the damage to kill the Metal Knight. You need the cover, otherwise your units are going to get killed. You need the AoE and tanky ability of this guy here. So these 4 units are like set in stone, and this guy, he's just a bad green dragon. So I just don't think there's room for that. And obviously this guy down here just isn't really, he's just not good for this fight, really. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you so much. Let me know how it worked for you down below. Until next time, Purplatypus is Purplatypus, and I'll see you around.